And now China just came over and offered them help. I hate to say it, but that's the truth. I hate to say it, but that's the truth. You get more flies with honey than vinegar.
And also going after the drug dealers and the drug manufacturers who are dumping massive amounts of poison into the country. And, you can make the argument that, well, America shouldn't be a marketplace for it. Well, that's true, too. But part of destroying that market.
I mean, think about it this way, Kanai. Imagine you have a lump of gold in your house, but you have no way of refining it. You have no way of producing anything with it. And then somebody comes and they say, you know what? We'll build the refinery in your house so you can refine the gold that you have, but we want to have majority stake of it. I don't see anything wrong with that. I'm sorry. If anything, if you didn't want another nation from the other side of the planet to come over and do that, then you should have done it. That's all America needed to do. You should have done it. You should have offered the helping hand, but you didn't. I don't know what to say. And I also don't understand how you intend on extraditing China from those countries when they've invested billions of dollars in the fucking actual engineering and infrastructure.
Place is destroying the supply, and Donald Trump is already doing that.
And Pete Hegg says,
am I crazy? Is that a bad take?
We're going to treat you like Al Qaeda.
Yeah, you're going to die. As Trump said, you're going to die. You're going to be, like dead.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page.
That was Fox News. There was actually 2 clips about this. I don't know what NBC is going to say.
Welcome back. The Pentagon continues to ratchet up pressure on Venezuela, with Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth announcing today a major show of military force in the region. In a post on social media, Secretary Hegseth saying he ordered the deployment of the USS Gerald Ford Carrier Strike Group to the Southern Command area of responsibility, which includes Venezuela.
That is a flex, though.
The U.S. military flew 2 B-1 bombers near the coast of Venezuela yesterday, according to a defense official. Meanwhile, the military strikes targeting alleged drug cartel boats in the Caribbean continue to escalate. Secretary Hegseth also announcing today yet another strike, specifically.
China, you know what China is doing, Kanai? I would like to say that they didn't learn this from us, but they really did learn it from us. They didn't learn it from our government. You know who they learned it from? They learned it from our companies. China learned this strategy from our corporations. They learned this strategy from companies like Apple. I watched a documentary about Apple, right? And in this documentary I watched about Apple, they explained that when Apple was developing the iPod, the iPhone, all of these new technologies, Apple was flying out all of their engineers, right? All of their mechanical engineers, all of their software engineers, all of their big fucking, the brains of the operation. They were flying them out to China to train the people at Foxconn to be able to develop the iPhone. And what we don't realize is that when we train all these people at those companies, now they have the knowledge, right? And they were able to take that knowledge and use it to develop their own systems. So China observed how a company like Apple could invest in rural people, give them the tools necessary to develop technology, and then let them flourish. And China's just doing the exact same thing in these other countries. They're just doing the exact same thing. They're just investing capital into poor countries, giving them the resources necessary to capitalize on their natural resources with the added value of getting an ally and also getting a cut of those natural resources. And it's very hard for you as a country to hate a group of people when they got it without hurting any of your people, right? Because if America goes into a country that has oil and we bomb the shit out of the country, we take those natural resources by force and we create a refinery there, and then years later America leaves, it doesn't matter that America might leave and at some point transition the natural resources back to the original owners. The original owners still hate you. They still hate you. they're going to hate you forever. And that's essentially what America has done throughout all of history. I grew up in Central America. In Central America, in history class, they have lessons and lessons and lessons and lessons and lessons about American imperialism. Because that's how they see it. It doesn't matter if you built the canal and then you gave it back to the Panamanians. They're still going to hate you because you killed a shit ton of people when you did it. Versus you coming in and just giving the money, overseeing the construction, and doing it peacefully without any violence, you know? And that's what China's essentially doing. China's essentially doing that in all these countries. They're just going in peacefully. They're saying, oh, I noticed that your country needs a port. I noticed that your country needs a port. There's no port here. You know what would really help the financial situation of your nation? If you had a port. So let our contractors come in. We're going to build the port for you. We're going to build the port for you. But we want the proceeds from the port. The port's going to help grow your economy, and you can do whatever you want with the surplus in the economy, but we're going to own the port. That's all they're doing. You can't even call that imperialism. That's just commerce. It's literally just commerce. It's commerce. We just weren't smart enough to take that because, you know, America wants to be big and bad. Oh, we want to go and take your shit. Oh, you can't do nothing to us. That's not the way to fucking do this, bro. And even now, attacking Venezuela, it's still not, we're still making the same fucking stupid mistake. This is going to come back to bite us in our butt at some point in the future.